So I've been thinking, what can I share from my own personal spending choices in regards to things I don't own or buy as a financial minimalist that have helped me become a millionaire, and what I continue to do to help me stay as a millionaire. Many of these are just minor adjustments that anyone can make, but they have an added benefit of changing your perspective on how you use your money intentionally. Practicing financial minimalism when it comes to what I don't own or buy has allowed me to funnel the money I saved into investments, which have helped me reach financial freedom and retire early. I retired 10 years ago and I haven't looked back. Hi, I'm Nadia, one half of the Wealth Twins. And if you're new here, welcome and let's get into it. Now, there are a couple of definitions for what financial minimalism means, but the one that resonates the most with me is this one from A Zen Life. A financial minimalist strives to put money towards the things that they value or love doing and remove the non-essential. Now, the first thing I don't buy as a financial minimalist is the latest technology. One reason is because they usually have bugs, so I want to wait until those bugs are worked out. Secondly, the price normally drops substantially once a new model comes out. That could be 6 months or a year, doesn't matter, it drops by hundreds of dollars, and that works out for me. The technology is still new, so you don't need the new model. And third, because I'm just basic when it comes to using all the functionalities. I have a phone that can do a lot more than I actually use it for, but I primarily use my technology for its basic purposes. This allows me to not get tempted with all the new upgrades that are coming out, and it makes me take care of the phone that I actually have. Now, I will spend money on screen protectors and a phone case, but this is because I can't walk around with a janky phone and I need to be able to see the screen. But other than that, it's not uncommon for me to keep a phone for years. I'm talking about 3, 4, 5 years, unless there is something really wrong with it. Now, the second thing I don't buy or own is anything based on the opinions of others. Anything I buy is based on the value I see it bringing to my life. What someone else thinks about it or whoever else is buying it doesn't factor into my decision because I don't care about improving my status with others based on what I buy. I'm perfectly fine being seen as not cool. Spending your money to impress others is a negative, never-ending cycle. It can easily get to the point of spending money you don't have. Adopting the practice of not buying things to impress others has allowed me to increase my self-confidence, stay out of debt, and keep more of the money I make. And I'm able to put that money towards my goals, like retiring early. And frankly, my closest friends don't really care about what I wear or what I drive because it's not important to them either. This practice takes a healthy dose of not giving an F and confidence in yourself. If you need help, maybe this book will serve you. It's a bit vulgar in the beginning, but the first 2 chapters cover exactly what I'm talking about. Now, the third thing, I never pay for subscriptions just to avoid ads. I didn't have cable until I was in my late 20s, so I'm perfectly fine dealing with commercials. I can deal with ads on my music too because I still get to choose what I want to listen to instead of paying a monthly fee. If I do purchase a subscription, then it has to be at a heavy discount. Like I have to get like a year and pay just a month for it. That happens a lot when I look at satellite radio, never pay what they're asking, okay? But even still, when you even pay for the subscriptions, that comes with ads too. So I'd rather save that money and put it elsewhere. Number 4, I don't own more than one TV. Albeit it is a big TV and it's bigger than I originally wanted. But I bought that based on value and not price. It just made more sense to go for the bigger TV. I would rather spend more time reading, being out of the house, and trying to be productive instead of watching TV too much. But I do watch TV. But it may be about once a week and probably less than 3 hours a week. If I have more TVs around the house, that would bring more stuff. That would be more TV consoles, more remotes, more furniture to hold the TVs. So less TVs means more time for me to spend with my family, more time for us to spend together too. Number 5, I don't spend money or own any makeup or get my nails done. Now, this is more of a personal preference. For years, I did sports and martial arts, and these are 2 things that are not very conducive to wearing makeup or having your nails done on a regular basis. I've probably saved hundreds of dollars a year on makeup and nails that allow me to use that money elsewhere. Now, I'm also pretty unskilled when it comes to applying makeup or nail polish, and I look like a clown, so it does help that I go with the more natural look. It helps keep my face relatively clear, And it also helps me keep my life pretty low maintenance and my husband's expectations in check. What he sees is what he gets, right? Now, the sixth thing is I don't buy items related to vices. Now, what do I mean by that? I don't buy alcohol. I don't buy cigarettes. I don't gamble. And this is more of a reason that came from me growing up. When I grew up, I saw the negative effects of what vices can do. And most people who bought them tended to spend a lot of money on them and they just still weren't happy. Now, I'm not judging if that's your thing, but I choose to spend that money on experiences and put it towards my savings. Now, it's not like I don't have any alcohol in my home, but they're more for my guests, and I buy them as souvenirs from the trips I take so I can have different liquors from around the world that other people can enjoy. Now, number 7, I don't own much furniture. I don't have any dressers, any nightstands, paintings, or decorations around my house. For me, the less surfaces and areas around give you less areas and surfaces to put stuff on. In my house, if there is a flat surface, something is going to get laid on there and it's going to be a mess very quickly. For me to feel better in my space, it just makes more sense to have less furniture and less surfaces. It makes it easier to clean, makes me more relaxed because I have more space to move around, and it stops me from yelling at everyone in my family for messing up. And number 8, I don't buy expensive children clothes. I make sure they're quality clothing, but I won't spend a lot. I'm talking about I won't spend more than $11 for a pair of jeans for my kids. This is primarily because kids are savages when it comes to taking care of their clothes, and they grow out of them so fast. My daughter grew 2 inches in the span of 3 months, and I had to replace all of her clothing. Now, I will either buy my children clothes on sale or happily take hand-me-downs from my friends who choose to spend more money on their children's clothes. Now, when my kids get older, they may want to buy their own clothes, and this may change, but they will have to pay for it, not me, and then maybe they'll take better care of their clothing. But until then, I'm not spending a lot of money on clothing. And last but not least, I don't buy or own expensive cars. Now, I have the ability to buy an expensive car, but I always stop myself, primarily because I don't trust the driving habits of other people around my car. The last car I purchased new had dents within the first week from a storm and was damaged every time I parked it on the street. I don't think I can personally mentally handle having a nice car and driving it in New York City because I would cry if I came back to it and it was all dinged up. I also just don't think about the initial purchase, but the maintenance for that car. Buying a car is one thing, but it's a whole nother thing when it comes to maintaining it, like brakes, oil changes. Those are other expenses that people don't calculate when they're buying a car. For me, I'm fine with a cheaper car for now. Is there anything from this list that you choose not to spend money on, or something I may have missed that I should probably look at too? Put it in the comments below. I would love to see it. Now, I know this is a different type of video from what you're used to seeing us produce, but I want you guys to understand, when it comes to building your wealth, it's not only your investment choices, but it's also your spending choices that have a major impact on how quickly you can build wealth. And if you're looking for practical advice on how you can improve your finances, begin investing, and build your wealth, make sure to join our mailing list at wealthtwins.com. And if you liked the video, make sure you share it with someone you care about, and see you in the next.